Hello there. My name is Isaiah, for those of you who don't know, and today I'm showing off V0, which is the vibe coding tool from Vercel, though it can definitely do a lot more than that. So what is vibe coding, may ask? It's creating a web app or really any kind of app simply by prompting a large language model. And if you already know that, you probably know plenty about V0, but if not, let's dive in. So let's say I want to build a mood tracker app. I want to build a simple mood tracker app. It should persist data to local storage. Again, that's so I can just write it to the browser, but I don't have to have an integration. And show me my mood over time. Please make it fun and playful. So that's a starter prompt, but one nice thing about V0 is you can always ask V0 to actually give you a better prompt. So it gives you a better starting place. And let's see what it gives us. Takes a minute because it's going through an LLM itself. Okay, and then an interesting feature here is, of course, we can choose between a variety of models. Most of these are Anthropic, Claude powered, possibly all of them. I think all of them at this point are. And yeah, let's choose Opus 4.8. Why not? The latest model. So we're going to click that and we'll dive right in. So let's see how it does. And I'll just ramble for a minute while we watch V0 work. So V0 comes from Vercel, which is itself a large, prominent software company or a software as a service company. Just trying to show their landing page, not all my projects. That's not it. But anyway, they do quite a lot of things. They create Next.js, which is a full stack React-based framework. Very powerful. Again, if you know, you know, but if you don't, please ask more in the comments. I'd love to chat about Next and all the other technologies that Vercel makes. Anyway, back to it. Let's see how, not this or this, let's see how V0 is doing. So you can see it's got some cute animations. I would say, again, there are a lot of AI-driven development and vibe coding tools out there. V0 is unique in that it's very opinionated because it uses Vercel technologies, mainly Next.js, because of course, why not promote one product or technology you make with another? So perfect integration there for them. Makes perfect sense for them. Anyways, I would say it does a great job on UI. I'd say I found it to be a little more generic and or samey across the different designs it's created more recently, but I think early on in stages it had some real creativeness. We're still working on here, so we're just gonna keep hopping back and forth. And again, we're not messing with someone else's project here. We just made a copy of their project and now we're playing with our own. So a fun social feature. I wouldn't say I use it a lot, but if you find yourself looking for some inspiration and different ideas of what you can build with this tool, it's definitely a great feature of it. So I'm gonna just hit pause here and we're gonna jump back in once, and the AI made a fool of me, as it so likes to do. So we can see just as I was about to hit pause on our recording, it made us a whole web app. So here we go. Let's see what we got here. How are you feeling? Mood pop, it named it created some branding for it. Again, I would say this looks a little generic and samey to me. I would have expected a better or more playful UI, but again, this was the first pass. We can't default it too much. We didn't give it a lot of specific guidance, so that's fine. Let's say I'm feeling good. Good, not great. If it had done a more fun aesthetic UI, maybe I'd be feeling great. And I'll just say, I am doing a demo of V0. Log this mood. Let's just log a couple more just so we see. Now I'm awful. And I'll just put a sad face. And finally, I think I'll wrap up as good again. I changed my mind. And I'm back in a good mood. And yeah, we can see, create some nice little graphs, some nice animations. That's cool. Great feature. It's pretty good at responsive. You can see it's already built the site to be pretty mobile friendly, I would say. Yeah, and then you can also, okay, can't do tablet view. I was thinking of a different platform. We can see the code, of course, like we did with the other project. Not that you have to, but you can. And if we were to link a real backend, we could see the database data. But again, that could actually cost money or more money because again, V0 is a freemium tool, so you can use it for free, but you'll get more usage on the paid tier, starting at $20 a month, which I'm using right now. And yeah, let's show just a couple more things and then we'll wrap this one up and I will share my referral code, which I think it's some little thing. Let's see. What does refer do? So there we go. We both get $5 of credit. Very exciting. Anyway, I'll copy that in later. No pressure to use it, but just in case you're curious about the tool, there's a nice little bonus. So yeah, you can see it's a credits-based system, but those credits refresh daily and monthly. And anyway, so the main thing, of course, is no one can get to this app right now. We just created it for ourselves. But what we can do is we can publish this to the web. Let's see. So we can name it, not here. I think maybe I have to publish it first before I name it. No, not yet. Interesting. And we're just going to hit pause while it publishes, and then we'll jump right back in. All right, looks like we got a published site now. And let's see what URL it made up for us. V0 Mood Tracker Web App 2, not bad. But again, we have customization over this, so we just need to choose something unique on the site. So let's just call it what it called itself. We'll call it Mood Pop and see if that works. I'll try again. Apparently Mood Pop was available, so now we have 2 domains. And if you ever want to take a site to a little more professional look, what you can do is you can buy a real domain from Vercel. So you can say, for example, I can look up if Mood Pop itself is available. Again, it's all integrating itself in to itself. So it's super, what's the word? Super built to get you to spend more money on Vercel or give Vercel more of your money overall. But again, you don't have to buy other products to use it. You can just use the freemium model of V0 and create some fun vibe-coded sites. So anyway, I think that it should have instantly updated with a new domain. So let's just jump to that one. Looks like that. And you can see, because its local storage is scoped to the site or the domain, so, and it's just saved in this browser. So if I switch computers or onto my phone, it wouldn't have the data. That's what local storage is. So wouldn't use it for a real project, just wanted to do it for a quick demo. And let's say awful. I wish this synced to my phone. But you can see, yeah, I can refresh the page and it does at least save and should still be perfectly mobile responsive as it was. Yes, so if you were to visit v0-mood-pop.vercel.app, it should look perfectly reasonable on your phone too. Anyways, continuing on, there's some decent analytics. I think you can really sort of tell. Looks like I'm the only person that visited it so far. Makes sense. You can hook it up to your GitHub account if you want. I would be a little cautious about this unless you're more of a power user, because basically it slows down the flow. So if I don't have it connected to GitHub, all I have is this one unified chat, and there are pros and cons to that, of course, in terms of context window. But ultimately, it's a lot simpler and quicker for me to iterate. So that's what I tend to do with V0, just because that's the workflow I prefer there. If I'm going to track a project in GitHub anyway, I'll probably use it with Cursor or another app. So anyway, there's an option. Looking right back here, there's some other things we might want to look at. So you can see there's V0 branding. This is on by default on a free site. So it'll just say, I think, made with V0. Looks like it won't put it here. Let's publish it and I'll show you again. And anyway, so that's just something to be aware of, is that if you want no one to have an idea what tool you're using to make the site, then V0 free tier is not a good one for you. And let's see what else we can do. We can share it, very fun, meaning that multiple people could work on the project together. That's cool. Again, it's for a Vercel project. And you can also integrate with a lot of different things. This is if you wanted to use AI features inside your app. Upstash and Neon are great storage options. Supabase is great, but once you pass, I think, 1 or 2 accounts or projects, it'll start charging you. So be aware of that. Haven't used a ton of these, but yeah, you can see you're doing a payments API through Stripe. You can set secret variables here if you're integrating other things. And yeah, that's kind of the basics. I'll just show you the V0 branding just so you can kind of see what that would look like if you were still in the free tier. So you can see, again, there's that little badge on the bottom. It's pretty unintrusive, but it's there and it's noticeable. So again, if you're on the premium tier like I am, you can just switch that off. And I'll just leave it on for demo's sake, just so folks can see that as a reference. But right. And I think that about wraps up V0. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of the power user advanced features of it, I definitely didn't cover everything. So please let me know. I'd love to talk more about this tool or answer any questions you might have after watching. So thank you so much. Have a nice day.